me tell you something. I told you guys I was going to bring you the best, the realest, the best content, the best people, everything. I told you guys this, right? And I am absolutely going to deliver if I must say so myself. I have none other than Miss Nicole Purvy that doesn't really need no introduction at all whatsoever. Listen, you guys, I told you before I was only going to bring you people on here that actually does what they do. Number one, that's actually good at what they do, have mastered what they're doing. You understand, and able to teaching people how to do what they do, what all that stuff above, whatever it is. Let me tell you something right now. This right here, I didn't mean to call you this, but Miss Purvy, Miss Nicole Purvy, Nicole Purvy is about to drop some gems on you guys, and we about to get to the real of this municipality, building apartments, permits, how it affect all of us everywhere, no matter where you live at, what city, what state, it doesn't matter. It affects us, no matter how you look at it. So, Nicole, thank you, girl.
Thank you
All
for
the way from
having
Miss LA.
me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, to dive right into it, could you first tell my viewers exactly who you are? I'm not going to assume everybody knows, because you be surprised. So, just in case for those who don't know who you are, could you tell them exactly who you are, what you do?
All that. So I am Nicole Purvy. I am an investor. I am a general contractor. I am probably most noted for running the Better Than Success Real Estate League. It is the most comprehensive, results driven real estate club the world has ever seen. We started in 2016 and here we are today. We are headquartered here in Philadelphia. I live in LA. Right now, I'm kind of bi-coastal. Um, I am an investor. I GC all my own projects. I bought most of my portfolio and rehab most of my portfolio from 3,000 miles away. Like that, I still have properties I still haven't seen yet. So, like, actually, the other day I posted on my YouTube video a walkthrough of a property that I've owned for 2 years and I've never seen
You
it.
never seen it.
No, I never seen it. So that was my first time actually seeing the property.
Wow.
Um, and I ran all my rehabs from 3,000 miles away.
Man, I can't even imagine what it's hard to run a rehab when you're in front of the people and you checking up on your projects.
You know what? I'm
So
gonna
I
be
can't
honest
even
with you.
imagine.
My biggest lesson that I learned,
Hmm.
COVID kind of forced all that on me, and I had a
Yeah.
baby around the same time. Um, because I was pregnant, remember when COVID happened, like we were scared to even touch
Yeah,
outside.
exactly.
Like it was like
Hmm.
you go outside,
Hmm.
the COVID rain is going to come down on you.
Yeah.
And so I was pregnant running 3 projects,
Mm.
and my team was like, "You can't." I'm like, "I can't come out." They're
Hmm.
like, "No, you can't come out. We got
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
So out of necessity, I started putting systems in place and I became more efficient. And you don't realize how much, especially if you're not a person who is willing to actually roll up your sleeves and
Hmm.
put a hammer in the wall. Like I'll tell you the extent of the labor that I've ever done, but that was never my plan. So I'm
Hmm.
rolling up to my projects. And when I look back and I thought about it and I'm like, what am I here for?
Hmm.
Like if something's not done right, what am I going to do? Fix it myself?
And tell them to come back out and redo it.
Guess what? That you can do that from video and you can do that
True.
from pictures and you can
True.
do that from having runners go to your projects.
That part.
I
Hmm.
call them boots on the ground.
Hmm.
They can go to your project and see stuff and send you videos because your general contractor, they can send you videos, but they know how to angle the angles.
Hmm. True.
But you have
Where
a
you
boots
can't
on,
really see what's really going on.
you
Right.
have a, between your boots on the ground person
Hmm.
and your, if you use a hard money loan, your draw inspector
Hmm.
and your actual L&I inspector,
Yes. Absolutely.
between the three of them, I don't know more than them as
Hmm.
a general
Hmm.
contractor,
Hmm. Hmm. True.
right?
True.
Like between, I actually had somebody project managing, my boots on the ground person,
Hmm.
my draw inspector, and L&I.
You can't lose honestly when you think about it
What
because
do
L
they
and
need me
I
for?
L and I necessarily have to make sure everything is in compliance. You said you had a project manager make sure the project stay on course, but at the same time your
Boots on
boots
the
on the
ground
ground make
person.
sure that the stuff is really what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that yeah, and they could do the running too. So the project manager can really make sure that you stay on schedule. And then if you did the hard money draw, then they come in at their own pace to
Making sure
make sure that the things was put into place. So how about that?
I'm not doing that but holding the project up.
Hmm.
on things that, and you already know as a general contractor, it's an art. You could be doing
Yeah.
this for 20 years and still see new stuff
Oh yeah.
and still see stuff that you've never seen before. So
Mhm.
like you're going in, and then at the time, me, I got like 3-4 years in. So
Mhm.
like I'm really learning. Like
Mhm.
a lot of this stuff is common sense and
Right.
intuition, but like I'm also really learning like what am I don't know more than these people.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like
But
I
that
got out
makes
of my own
sense.
way.
That makes sense though. I was introduced to SOPs and systems. It was the best thing. When I had my first CRM, I paid for it for 6 months before I used
What'd you
it.
use?
Right now I use two. So right now my main one I use is Thrive. I love Thrive.
I never heard of it.
I love Thrive. The other one, I can actually run my payroll and everything through Thrive.
Hmm.
The other one I use now, of course, is like Go High Level. That was the newest one I've gotten within the last
And these are
4 months.
construction project
They're not
management software?
specifically construction. They're just basic CRMs for me
Okay.
because mine is different. Mine is not construction projects. I'm running permits, licensing,
Right.
and
I use
paperwork and
something
that
called
kind of
Rike.
thing.
I use a lot of them. I never heard those two, but I use something called Rike. And for my actual property management, I use Buildium. And then when
Oh
I
yeah,
had
I know that.
active construction jobs, I was using Buildertrend.
Yeah, yeah. I've definitely heard of Builder Trent and I heard of Buildium.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like Buildium. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah, they take all my money, run all my
So,
reports, take everything. My tenants pay through Buildium,
right,
all the
right. They
things,
can do that, right?
all the things.
Yeah, and they could do like reports and stuff like that. Like if they have like
It's so robust.
yeah,
I wish they had an
yeah,
affiliate program. Or everybody be up under me, but they don't have an affiliate program. So
yeah.
like,
They probably don't need
I
to.
ain't,
I'm
they
I
don't. This is
know they
at
don't need to
this is
because
at
they are
Building
really
at Folio.
yeah,
At
Folio.
Folio
Yeah,
is good as well. I mean, I didn't use it. It's it's a little bit more expensive depending on how many units you have, and for the number of units I have, Buildium was. I did a lot of research. Buildium was better for me. So
yeah, yeah. So let me ask you. Okay, so even though you're going through you're managing from afar, right? And you're
mhm.
barely seeing these projects, and you're signing papers while you're in LA for properties in Philadelphia. Did you ever come across any issues? Who handled your issues when dealing with like the municipality or dealing with a contractor not submitting permits or
I'm the
I don't
general
know.
contractor.
No, you're the general contractor,
I'm the
but so did you pull permits from LA too?
you do
You
all the
did.
permits.
I know.
Yeah.
So when you actually had to, so it never came down to a point at all where you had to actually um, show up at the city for no reason.
They couldn't at the time because of COVID.
Oh, that's
They
true.
couldn't. So
That's
here's the thing,
true.
right?
That's true. And they have the
Before
online chat and
COVID,
everything now. They got
they
a whole bunch
do.
of
So you
stuff
won't
now.
never
You
know.
definitely don't never.
But
Yeah.
I would go now. So before COVID happened, so it just so happened that they launched Eclipse right
At,
when COVID
that's what
happened.
I just said.
It
I
was a
said that
total
to
crazy
Diamond.
coincidence.
I just got Malik's permit approved, and then the same day they shut it down. I was like, "Yo, Malik, I got it approved, but you can't start no work anyway because they literally just closed the whole thing
It
down."
was given a good
Yeah,
warning. So it kind
yeah,
of really worked for them. It worked really well for them.
yeah. It
It
forced
was
us to learn Eclipse.
It did. It did. And it was easier. So before Eclipse, before COVID, before I got pregnant,
Hmm.
I used to go down there for everything, even
Girl.
though there were things that you could do online at the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
I used to go down there for everything because I
Hmm.
enjoyed the process of really learning hands-on what was
Hmm.
going on and also getting familiar with the staff.
Yeah,
It was to a
and
point
taking
where
the
I would be
ticket
down,
and.
yes, I would be
Mhm.
down there. Everybody knew me.
Mhm.
One of the girls, the main boss that used to be there, she was
Shonda.
real pretty. Is
Mhm.
that yeah? Okay. So
I
she,
know, I
you know,
know,
like
tall,
I'm talking
slim,
like yes,
yeah,
just real pretty, like strikingly beautiful.
chocolate.
Yes. And so I remember like
She's
I
still
used to
there.
get everybody to be friendly with me, and
Mhm.
she just wasn't. She wasn't mean. She just very. That's why she the boss, and I respected it.
Mhm.
Then one day she was like, pull me to the side. So I'm
Mhm.
like, what I do? I'm in trouble. And
Yeah.
she had a real estate question. And she
Mhm.
was like, we all follow you on Instagram. And
Mhm.
so da 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 da, she asked me a real estate question. And I was like, I really appreciate it because
Mhm.
now I had a good friendship relationship with everybody.
Mhm.
So I would highly recommend if you're serious about this, going down there to pull your
Mhm.
permits, even if you can do it on Eclipse, because you don't know. There have been times when people did favors for me. There have been
Mhm.
times when, just various things, and you really get to understand the whole process. And are they true Philadelphians where it's like, it's the equivalent of, the episode of Martin when they go to the DMV. I used to compare this all the time. Remember the episode of Martin when he went to the
Yeah, I
DMV
remember.
and everybody,
I remember.
that's how it is.
I remember.
Are they true? Are they really like the DMV? Absolutely. But
Mm.
you have to just know that, treat it like a student. Like, okay, you know what? Even though I'm a developer and a lot of times people think that they big shots, down here, you not.
You better stay lined up for the room with the people in the back. Because when you go down there, Mr. Pollard, they don't care if you were the one to pay all their salaries. They don't even care.
Get to the back of the line.
Listen, 250 units. I've had
You
clients.
sitting on the edge, they take you to the back, you sitting on the edge of the seat like,
It don't even matter.
rejected.
They don't care. Listen, look, the people that work for the city don't like to go to the city themselves to pour anything that they need to pour themselves. And even right now, until this day, it's like, okay, you who you are. Okay, that's nice.
We don't
So,
care.
how can I help you? With a straight face, like, how
I
can
need
I
to
help
fill out form 2A, go to the line over there, then come back.
Then come back. Look, listen, and that back then you could only do 3 permits at a time. That's why I like the clip. Now I can do like hundreds at a time, right? Back then you could only do 3 permits at a time. But
That's funny. That
they
episode of Martin, if you never
still
saw that
like
episode of
that.
Martin where they go to the
Yes.
DMV, it's just
Yep, and he had to
like
keep getting
that.
back, and he had
Like, you got to start from scratch. Where's
Yeah.
scratch? Back there.
back there. Now, no, you know what they do now though? No, now what they do is they go, oh, if you don't have the right question to get the right answer, you gotta make another appointment. Now, it's a kiosk you go to, and you making another appointment, hoping that you can get an appointment that's available the same day while you're still down there, right then and there, you know. And, and, and then everybody's new. So like because you're privy, because I was there in the beginning when I used to tally between that and revenue and licensing, like which one I'm gonna run to with the tickets. Now it's like when you go down there, I know everybody that's new. I know people that got promoted. I know people that's not there. So them poor people don't realize that everybody you're talking to is new. So they don't really know much or nothing. You do better asking me because I've been doing it since 2017. Now the people behind the desk ask me questions because there's one thing about the city. Permits is permits, zoning is zoning, license is license, and neither one of them know each other's right. So when they talk to me, it's like, well, I don't know, ask her. I don't know, Paulette. Here's a question, Paulette. So it's the building relationship was paramount.
It is.
Paramount.
So I would highly recommend that if you are a newbie,
Yeah.
you go down there, you do everything just so you can get acclimated, start making friends, knowing people, and just go humble. I don't care who
Yes.
you are. I don't care what's going on.
Absolutely.
Because you got to understand each of those people, especially the permit reviewers,
Mm-hmm.
they're actually very educated. They're very educated.
They come out sometimes.
And so you got to respect their education.
Mm-hmm.
And even the people who are at the front, they're working a basement all day.
Mm-hmm.
They work in a basement.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and they working with people, various levels of
Yep.
understanding. So you
Yep.
gotta respect what they do, right? Like the
Mhm.
city said, oh, y'all gonna work in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
no windows.
Mm-hmm.
And
They just got new computers and new cubbies like a few months ago. After all
I haven't
these
been there,
years.
so shout out to them for the new cubby. So
Right.
you gotta respect it. Go down there, be humble, and know that you're gonna catch some attitude. But once you're there,
Don't
and
take it
you're
personal.
kind, don't take it personal, and know that it's all with love. It just
Don't-
is what it is.
It
Especially
is what
if
it
you make their
is.
job easier, you will get so much more further.
They start to remember who you are
They
and look forward
absolutely
to working with you. One of the other things I would throw in there is that helped me out too. I'm real big on relationships anyway, so maybe I'm not the best one to talk to, but is don't get afraid when you get a stop work violation, and don't get afraid when
happens to
an
everybody.
inspector walks up on you. Just comply. You want to go here and befriend those inspectors just as well as you want to befriend the people downtown.
Thought we was gonna move to that. The inspectors, I tell all our members of Better Than Success
Mhm.
this, everybody, the inspectors, once you get your permit, the person that's assigned to your project, the inspectors are more educated than you can possibly imagine. And so you cannot treat them like anybody else. The other thing that most people don't know is within each district, there are on a bad day, it's only 3 inspectors. On a good day, they got maybe 10. and they have a morning huddle every day. And in their morning huddle, they talk about the projects that they work on. So if you plan on working on more than one project and you plan on being a developer full time, trust and believe that your name comes up in the huddle. So you want to make sure you treat everybody with respect, because word will get around if you are not respectful. And when you get a new inspector, when they change the inspectors, or you get a new inspector because you're working on another project, they've already talked about you.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
have to respect the inspector. Also, too, they are a wealth of knowledge, right? So if you're kind to them, they can help you answer, help you with your project.
They can help you with your project, but they can also stop your
They
project
can.
too.
So, but just my point that I'm making is
True.
be nice to them. They can stop your project. They can
Mhm.
make your project experience really bad. There
Right.
was a notorious guy out in West Philly that was just like not having a good time with everybody.
Mhm.
But I ended up making friends with him,
Mhm.
and he helped me out on a lot of things.
Mhm.
And it's because a lot of times people don't really understand and respect what they do. Like they have
True.
probably a master's level degree type of education. They have to have code memorized. The books
Yeah.
that they study when they get their different
Yeah, they do
certification for
have
anything,
to. Mhm.
the books are this thick.
Mhm.
And it's things that they have
They
memorized.
have to learn every trade. So imagine you're an electrician, they gotta learn that trade. Imagine you're a plumber, they gotta learn that trade. So they have the contract, they gotta learn that trade. They have to learn each individual trades in order to be an inspector. So that's true.
So,
Mhm.
so yeah, respect them because they can help you out with your projects. There's been times when, you know, I may have failed an inspection. This is before they would force to fail, right?
Mhm.
Because before they would just be like, oh, fix this, take
Fix
some
this, and
pictures
then
and
I'll
send
come
it.
back out. Right,
Right.
or send it to me.
Now they got you. They got to either pass or fail you. But
Or wave
he
you.
he'll send. He's there, and then
Mhm.
it's a couple things, and I'm like, can I record you? Because what you're saying, surface level, seems like Chinese. I need to go back
No,
and study.
I record, and I take pictures of it too. So when I'm dealing with, if that tradesperson is not there, and I'm the one there because
Right.
I don't know, then I make that as a reference. So this way we know. I'll send the
What he's
picture
saying.
along with.
Don't ask me to
Yeah,
spit back what you just said about the flux capacitor.
yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's record
yeah.
this. You explain it,
My,
and then
my,
I'll send
my,
the
my
video.
women, my women investors are much more efficient like that. Not my guys. My
Because guys
women,
have ego.
women are more efficient. You can ask them questions. They know exactly what's what, how it went, this and that. Like they're very exact. My men are just kind of like they shoot from the hip for the most
It'd be a
part.
lot of ego,
Hmm.
but
They shoot from the hip. It's having a relationship with the inspectors is really important because I've had inspectors stop work or order because you exceeded. You can exceed the scope that's on the permit, okay, and then get stopped for that.
I've never gotten
Um,
stopped for that before.
yeah, you can exceed the work on a permit and get
Mm.
stopped for that. Let's just say you have an easy permit and all of a sudden you decide to change the staircases in
Hmm.
the basement. Now that's structural. Now you can still have the easy, but now they're going to make you get plans just for that or engineer report just for those
Oh, you know what?
staircase.
I've never done an easy permit because for that very reason. I'm not.
Mhm.
I know I'm gonna do. I'm gonna know I'm gonna. It's certain things I know I'm gonna do.
Like, no,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna go here and push the envelope. So I might as well
right. So
get my
just get that regular
plans.
permit.
I might as well get my plans now, so I ain't even gotta be
I get
stopped.
the plans before I close. Get Jane to walk through the property
So
before I close.
no, but see that's part. Now let me tell you, guys, she just dropped the gem. Okay, so let me tell you what some of my clients do. This is what Lorenzo Jackson tends to do too. Lorenzo say, "Hey
Who's a
Paulette,
member of Better Than Success
I'm
too?
calling." Yeah, he is. He'll say, "Hey Paulette, I'm great closing this property." And about when he does his walkthrough, he walked through with his architect,
Hmm.
right? And while he's walking through with his architect, he's calling me. So I know he's need plans, but I already have the general minor in, and the plans is coming back the right behind it.
Hmm.
So by the time the general minor is in order for him to at least walk into the building, he wants to walk into the building the day of settlement.
Hmm.
The day of, he wants to walk
That's
in,
how I am too.
you know,
You know how
and
many
then we
times when I
take it
would
from
close
there.
and then go right from closing
That's exactly
right
what he
over there.
likes to
So
do.
there's been times where
Yeah.
I've closed because sometimes it don't record. If they record it,
Mhm.
I don't know how it is now because I haven't bought anything and tried to do it the same day of in a while. But if they record electronically, it could take a couple of days and they might not be able to. If you're changing the use, they might not be able to. Like, let's say you're zone RM1 and it's a
Oh,
duplex,
they
but
used
you
to
and
get
then
done in a
if
if
they
it was.
recorded, they won't change in the past. If
Hmm.
they recorded, they won't change the use until the deed is fully recorded. So you
Okay.
got it. So I've had title companies
Okay.
walk down and record it in person,
Okay.
just so I can do it that day. I don't want to waste no time. I don't
Okay.
got time for this.
Yeah, now you can change the use in a day. Long as all I need is
No,
settlement
you
HUD
can
sheet.
change the use of the day, but the recording, if they record it electronically, it can take a couple days to actually show up.
Right.
If you do it electronically, but if you go down there in person, it does it that day.
Yeah. You could do it fast. You could do it the same day now. I just gotta take the settlement HUD sheet and I can get it done the same day.
Hmm.
And I can get the permit in your contractor's name or your name or whatever. It'll change the use and everything. So yeah, some things did go a lot quicker. Now you could do permits, like I said, you could be on chat and do all this and have stuff reviewed. And half the times, I don't like dealing with licensing a lot of times. So I pre-upload everything. And if I need them right away, I pre-upload everything in the system. And I only go downtown if they need them right away with all the TR numbers, all the license and all the permit numbers, and I go, here's the permit numbers. I just need you to look at it now so it can be approved. I need you to look at that one now so it can be approved. I need you to look at that one now so it can be approved. That's what I do with my GCs to get them their stuff
Wow.
quick. So
So you don't have to
instead
pay
of
more
me
extra. You
having
don't have to pay
to,
more to have it expedited. Well, I guess that's what you do.
that is expedited, yeah.
Yeah, but
So instead of me waiting for giving them the whole packet for them to take it in so I can get my contracts license the same day, I upload everything from the office, already associate myself and do everything.
and
So when I
then
go
you
down there, I
upload.
just go down there with the number and give her the numbers, log into my account, and she go, okay, okay, okay. Here's the license I paid for.
Approved.
Okay,
In the
okay,
same
and I
day.
already paid the same day.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. And right now, so you guys have a GC class, like you have a contractors class, and 8 of them they want to get their contractors licenses. I can do the commercial activity license in the tax account in an hour, and then turn around and still go downtown the same day as long as you have your insurance and your auto. I just take the auto and I put the auto on the COI form. I just type it right on there because they don't give you any problems when it's all on the COI. But when you come separate with the auto policy and then separate with the COI with just liability, they get a little weird like that. So
Right.
I just take whatever's on the auto, type it on the COI, give everything a copy of the OSHA certification. I get everything the same
Yeah, I
day.
did mine. When I did mine, I went down there. I got it all. I think I got it all on the same day too.
Yeah, you can get it all on the same day, but a lot of times I don't like to carry the folders. So it's like, dang, they need their licenses
I
by
had it
tomorrow.
for yeah.
So I literally just write it down and I put them in, and all they do is put the trade license number in, see that I already uploaded. They be like, thank you for doing that, because they hate to have to upload everything and look. I upload everything, label everything, and they just approve, go ahead and pay. But it's already partially paid because I partially paid.
When you uploaded it.
But that's just the trick. When I upload it and it's sitting in submitted status. So by the time I go down there, it's already sitting in submitted. I'm just forcing them to review it so they can look at it and then I can get it the same day. So you really get your GC license in 24 hours
Mm.
if you go down there.
Yeah, I think I don't remember waiting very long. I mean, I had
Yeah.
my OSHA card, and I just remember the day I forgot that they want that form that says you don't have any employees notarized. So I went
Oh
across
yeah,
the
I give
street to
that to
TD
my employees.
Bank,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Hmm.
then I just remember scrambling around and being waiting in line and having a folder and then coming back. I just remember, but I remember not waiting very long. But that was
Yeah, I went through
eons
that
ago.
too. My clients trying to get notaries done on the non-exemption letters, and they won't notarize them because it doesn't have those lines for the notary. Notaries have like little lines they
Hmm.
have. So now I make my letters with the lines on them so they can be notarized.
Mm.
And better yet, I actually bring a notary with me in the class. And then I have everybody's stuff notarized right then and there. So that and insurance. So we ain't even got to worry about that.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's some of the things that we do here at Philly Permit. But listen, you guys, let me tell you something. Learning of what the process that Nicole was talking about in terms of um, working efficiently and using all the technologies to run full construction projects. How many of you ran at one time that way?
The most I've run at one time is 4
Girl, listen,
remotely.
it's remotely. It's people that's live and in person that can't live and in person. They can't run more than 4 or 5 projects. I mean, live and in person. And you did it while you was somewhere.
Nursing a child by myself
Uh,
in
you know,
California.
but you know what? But this attests a lot to your team, and it's not easy to find a construction team, or it's just not easy. Have you went through construction teams during that process, or did you happen to be one of the lucky ones that
I
had
know
its company had?
I was a lucky one. I linked up with my project manager, and he just was a godsend for me the
Hmm.
entire time. I made sure I took care of him
Yeah, yeah, you
financially.
definitely, yeah.
Um, But he just was a godsend to me the entire
Mhm.
time. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can remember things, but I was on autopilot. Do you have
Oh. Yeah.
so right after you have the kid, your brain go on
Yeah.
autopilot and
Yeah.
you just get stuff done.
You just get stuff done.
And
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
it wasn't, I didn't even think honestly at the time that I was doing stuff that I thought that I was doing some boss stuff. Not until when I talk to people, they
No,
like,
because you were just doing it. That's mom. That's a woman. We just do.
we just
Then we
do.
go, oh, we did. I did. I did that.
Dang, girl,
Damn.
I recorded a whole
No
YouTube show about
excuses.
this. Like,
No excuses. Done moved into a house. Done furnished a house. Done
girl, you don't
put
even
together.
know.
Listen, wrote a book. Published a book. Ran a class. Whatever. Had the baby. Came back. So we becoming a mom is like the epitome on top of everything else that we already are. And I'm not even talking about a wife and a woman and being all that. I'm just talking about just that part. That's why everyone's built for it.
Facts.
We're the only ones built that can go without having to have that me time. We got to take the me. I got to make an appointment with myself to have a me time. All right, appointment. Got an appointment to do what you want to do. Right? Had to have an appointment. Where you at? I'm on an appointment. My me day on my me time because in my brain is like telling myself you're on an appointment, although it's a me time.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain is telling me you're on an appointment, so the next I deserve it and I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Otherwise,
a
you go
shame,
crazy.
right?
For me, it's my I do various self-care things, but I go to the gym 4 times a week. I run 4 miles twice
Mhm.
a week, and the other 2 times I strength train. And no
Mhm.
matter what, I zone out. My
Mhm.
phone, I don't care who you are.
Mhm.
It don't matter to me. I'm out. I'm checked out. I don't
Mhm.
think about work. I don't care. I'm checked out. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
And I need that time to just check out.
Yeah, I do like that generally on the weekends. I don't answer the phone calls after 6 in the evening generally, and on the weekends I don't do it at all unless I'm going to like an event or something. Then it's like my brain is automatically back when I'm at work during the course of the week. But other than that, I don't. No, no, I don't like. It's like I try to get me back. I try to get me back, and it gets so quiet. Another thing I don't do is I don't carry two phones. I have four phones. I carry one. Two phones stay here. And I carry the one. I'm telling you, I don't carry no one, two. Yeah, two phones stay here. I don't carry the phones with me on purpose. When I'm not there, I'm not there. You know what I mean?
So here's another thing. I don't work on Sundays. I've always been like this. Even
Mhm.
before becoming a mom,
Mhm.
I do not work on Sundays. It's a wrap.
No
Don't
work
ask
on
me. I
Sundays.
don't work on Sundays at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Church,
Okay.
brunch,
Yeah.
playtime with my son, family time,
Mhm.
TV. I don't work on Sundays.
Ask you this. This is a good question. As a busy professional, entrepreneur extraordinaire, um, owner, leader of Better Than Success, do you have time to watch TV?
Um,
It may seem
you
like a
would think
weird
my
question,
answer is
but
no, but I do. I pick like 2 or 3 shows. I don't
mhm.
really want to watch a whole lot of TV because I enjoy
Yeah, I don't
being
watch it.
productive.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
even that I'm
watch it.
saying no TV. I
Mhm.
like the art of storytelling. I like really well crafted shows. I use
Mhm.
it as inspiration to tell my story.
Mhm.
I My secret dream is
Mhm.
to be a movie producer. One day I would love to be
Okay.
able to make content. And that's a whole nother thing. I have an idea that, I got to sit on for a minute because I'm not gonna be able to get to it for a while. But I love really well made stuff. I
Mhm.
do. And
Mhm.
so I'll pick like 2 or 3 shows and I'll watch it. Like right now I'm watching The Gilded Age and Loki just went off. And that's it.
Mhm.
That's it. I might, if I get some downtime on a Sunday when I can, I might watch a movie that I've been trying to get at. But like
Mhm.
I'm not just sitting binging like at all. Like
Yeah, like I said, like let me catch up on. I'm like TV will literally be watching me because I could not tell you
I'm
nothing.
trying to put another show in this other show called Upload right now, and I can't. I keep falling asleep. But before I had
Yeah.
my son, what I would do on my Sundays was I would go to church and then
Mhm.
come home and veg out and watch all TV all day. but I can't do it now because I have him.
Mhm.
And so like I really try to have good quality time with him,
Mhm.
or we're doing something
Mhm.
or whatever. But and then also most of the stuff that I want to watch, I don't let him watch.
Right. Right.
Like things, and not even necessarily like violent things, but like shows that are just too adult
Mhm.
in the content. Like and you don't even realize how much stuff has violence in it that is like subtle violence.
Mhm.
And I just
They
we
put
just
it in cartoons and
it's
stuff today.
oh
It's
my
in
goodness, I
everything.
don't even like, it's
It's in
weird because people be
everything.
looking at me. I don't let him watch like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's all they're doing is trying to kill each other.
It's in
It's
everything.
crazy.
It's in the jokes that they make. It's in all
It's
kinds of stuff.
crazy.
It's in all kinds of stuff. So let me ask you, in terms of Better Than Success, you guys have the infamous Wire Summit
Why?
that's getting ready to come up.
I'm so excited. So
So I'm excited too because of all of the new thing that you're doing this year. It'd be my first time attending. Um, but the new thing you have like with the breakout rooms and all of that kind of stuff, that's has never been done
it's never been done before.
to my knowledge, and I travel and I've never
It's
seen it.
never been done
Okay,
before. So the Women
so
in Real Estate Summit is an event that we started in 2017 where we have all women speakers. And the idea is not to have this room with all women. Men can absolutely come.
hmm
But the idea is to highlight women speakers because as women investors, developers, GCs, we a lot of times operate in a silo and we also deal with very unique situations that men don't have to deal with
right,
at all,
hmm
right?
hmm
So this is a celebration of women in real estate. A lot of times women, we are naturally better teachers. So this is just a celebration of women in real estate, and the education and the inspiration and the motivation in the room is game changing. So this year we're going to do something a little bit different. We
hmm
have a portion of it that's called the conclave. And the
right,
conclave is, think like a marketplace with everything. There's going to be deals there. There's going to be a business strategist, funding strategist there,
hmm
MB Capital. Shout out to them. They can get you business credit. If you reach out to them, tell them Nicole sent you for a discount. They're going to be there to pre-qualify you for business credit so that you can
hmm
have your seed money. Then we'll have Crowdcopia there,
hmm
best hard money lender in the city. They,
period.
period. Shout out to them.
That-
Tell them Nicole Purvy sent you as well.
There.
Yes, exactly. They're going to be there to pre-qualify deals. So there's going to be a deal there. They're
hmm
going to underwrite, be able to underwrite the deal. Hard
hmm
money lender, I mean the business credit people there will be able to get you money. And then you'll have all your other service providers, like the
Right.
permit plug is going to be there to so that you can sign up and use her to pull your permits for the project.
Right.
There's
I
going
have
to be a
some goodies for
GC
you
there.
guys too. I have
There's going
some
to be a
goodies.
GC there
Yeah.
for you as well so that you can get a scope of work for the deal. Everything so you can literally walk in and leave with a deal. That's going to be day 2. Day 1 of the event is
hmm
everything is going to prepare you for the conclave. And even before that,
hmm
we're going to have a all the people that get a ticket, they get pre-training. So
hmm
I don't want anybody coming to Wire not knowing basic stuff, like
Right.
foundational stuff. So you watch the pre-training and then you come to Wire and you be able to get the most out of the experience, meeting these investors, developers, networking with people,
hmm
getting prepared for the conclave. And then the conclave, boom, boom, bop, you got a deal. Now, all you got to do, like, is laying everything out for you.
hmm
All you got to do is bring your willingness and your courage. That's it. Now, if you're like, hey, I don't want to do a deal, because my mom even said this to me. She was like, it seems intimidating. You know, that's okay. Some
hmm
people work a little bit more slowly. That's absolutely fine. I do
hmm
want you to come and just level your mindset up. I just need you to bring your courage and your willingness to
hmm
level. Is there pressure to do a deal? No. No pressure to do a
hmm
deal.
hmm
But for those of you who are like ready to get busy
hmm
and have people there to help you, they're going to be right there.
Well, that's important because it sounds like one big. I mean, if I was you guys, I would take the list of the properties I have and then bring it with me to get all that free game and information so I can see what deal makes the most sense accurately.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I can go ahead and implement that and feel confident. The scope of work is not an easy thing to do, and they charge for that, like what, $300 and up just to get a scope of work. And the scope of work is not easy to do because you don't know what you need or don't need.
Right.
You assume you need every single thing on the list, and you don't. The project determines what you need and the level of you're gonna either flip it to sell it or you're gonna keep it to rent it. You know, that's even important to know because that to me would determine exactly how much in certain areas you would put money versus the one that you're going to keep where you could get away with doing certain things, you know. But
Amen.
having those people that is right there to assist you is beyond and is beyond valuable. And what I mean by like I'm used to being the permit plug and everywhere I go. So for me it's Greek to people like, oh, I don't need somebody to do this. Until they run into a situation, it's like, wait a minute, what was that number again?
I would say,
You
like,
know,
especially if you're operating in a silo, you definitely need to hire someone like Paulette because I remember, I was very fortunate
hmm
with because we have BTS, so we
yeah,
have all the
all of the
community.
collective,
Like
yeah,
I really had a lot
hmm
of support, and our members have a lot of support.
hmm
If you're new, I would go with working with her because they don't have a handbook for this. They just don't. The city of Philadelphia is the city of Philadelphia. You know this, cool. You don't, okay.
But they have some
They do have some
manuals.
trainings,
They have some
but
manuals and they do have some trainings, but I'm telling you right now, the moment you go on to phila.gov to see it, it has another drop down box that
it
comes
does.
up
Their
and another
website is
drop
very
down box.
confusing.
And it's like, wait a minute, your website said this and now you're telling me that. I always said you have to know the question to ask in order to get the right answer. And if you don't know the right
Question.
question to ask, you are going to be and sometimes they don't try to like not help you. It's just that they don't know what you're talking about. They don't know
They
what you
don't. That's
mean.
the truth.
So because they
Because they
don't,
don't speak to each other. They don't know.
they don't know.
They don't.
They don't. So a lot of the people don't understand that sometimes they can contest things because Illinois is not perfect either. So you can contest something at your municipality very easily if you have the information to back it up, and then they will strike that out. You can even talk to your examiner through a Zoom. You understand? You can even talk through the chat while you're actually putting in a
That's
permit
all they need.
application.
They used to just have to email them
You
and
know,
wait.
listen, right?
Email them and wait.
Email them and
But
wait.
wait a
And
minute, I
the
don't think
chat
that.
is
Hold on,
good
hold on,
though.
hold on, real quick. I didn't say the dates for Wire, December 9th and December 10th.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys want a discount for Wire Summit, again, men are more than welcome. There will be there'll be
hmm
some bomb developer men there. I don't want to say any names, but big boys
hmm
because we're gonna have the big girls there and they're not sleeping.
Period.
So if you want a discount,
Period.
go to wiresummitdiscount.com to get a discount on your tickets. After you sign up to get the discount, then you'll be able to redirect it to the page where you can just go ahead and buy your ticket. And yeah, as of right now, we only literally have one VIP ticket left.
Really?
Yeah, so
Stop
I don't know if that
it.
ticket will still be there. So
Wow. You guys, one VIP ticket left. Listen, she wasn't playing about those big boys though. I know a couple of them that's going to be there though. Like she wasn't playing about those big
big.
boys. So
I'll say one. I'll say one person. I'm not gonna say his name, but I was just talking to him yesterday, and
mhm.
he wholesales big commercial projects, and he said over the course of a year, he did 900,000 in revenue income directly to him.
Wholesale.
Wholesale commercial projects. Then somebody else I know, they actually do ground up construction projects.
Mm.
This is a man, so I'm just letting y'all know, guys, you don't have to be intimidated. These are men that's
Right.
going to be in the room.
Right. Right.
Our headliner, she developed almost nearly, she told me say nearly
Mhm.
$1 billion in development. We were kind of like doing rough math, and she was like, I don't think it's a billion. I'm like, one
What?
project. So she did like
I
30
think I know who you're
projects.
talking about. I think I
Let
know who
me
you're talking about.
know. She did
Oh yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
yeah,
30
yeah,
projects.
yeah,
One of
yeah.
them is 300 million.
She's so down to earth. Yeah, yeah,
One of them is
yeah,
300 million. So I'm like, sis, you definitely did.
yeah.
You definitely did a billion. She's like, nearly.
Man,
Okay, you want me to say nearly? Yeah, it's
look, we're gonna
definitely over a
speak it
billion.
into existence, girl. We're gonna speak it into existence. It's already done. It is already done.
Already done.
It is going to be. Listen, this is my first time. I'm excited. I'm going to be there for both 2 days. 2 days. I have some things at the Wire Summit I'm going to be giving away. I have a raffle that I'm going to be doing. So I have some things back in I've been working on because I wanted um, you guys to be able to walk away with something that you can have tangible right away.
Send me the stuff that you want to give away because I could
Mhm.
do it. It depends on what it is. I might do it on a big stage. because
Yeah, I want to do a
we got some bomb raffles that we're gonna give away.
yeah. Oh, really?
Hmm
Okay.
I need to start promoting it. I'm like trying to trickle out all the marketing things.
Hmm.
I haven't announced another speaker that's going to be there. There, so every year I've let a male moderate a panel, and
Hmm.
they know that this is not your show.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This is about the women. I'm just
Right.
letting you moderate
Right.
right now
Right.
because normally the women got to moderate the
So
dudes. So you
you
this time
moderate
you
for the
moderating.
women, right?
So this time we got a big deal developer,
That's
investor
gonna
that's going to moderate. I haven't announced it yet. We want to make a little skit.
is it
You would never guess who it is. You would never
really
guess. Who would you go guess? You're not gonna guess. But go ahead, try me.
okay? No, a big deal developer. No, I don't.
A big. He's an investor. Let me
But
use
he
that
here in
word
Philly
investor.
though.
He not from Philly.
Okay, then I don't
He
know.
got a huge. He has a huge platform,
I don't know.
and they ain't caught up in none of the scams.
No, that's for real
All
though.
the
No,
dudes is
that's
getting caught up in the scams.
no, the dudes. Who you telling? The dude. But we ain't gonna go there because we don't know. We just
We don't know.
speculate.
We
We
just
don't know
right.
outside looking
We
in.
just watching,
We
watching
don't
on the
know like
gram,
everybody else
eating the
watching.
popcorn.
Like everybody else watching. We watch like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We stay in our lane and do our business, right? And always try to give you guys good content and gems and trainings and all that. Listen, although we talked about the Wire Summit, we cannot forget better than success.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Better than
I've been
success.
so pushing wire. Like my team is like, we haven't even had any new members because I've been pushing it for the past month. I know I'm terrible. But better than
But you
success.
got a team behind you that push better than
I
success
know I
too.
do.
So
I'm really, really grateful for them. In
so
terms of me, I'm usually the lead person. I like to
yeah,
be the
but
top
you
salesperson.
got a sharp team. You got a sharp team behind you, and they really did catapult you guys like fit perfectly. I love that little group you guys have within your group.
Yes.
You
So
know.
just for those of you who don't know, Better Than Success is not just like a normal mentorship. It is a club.
Mhm.
I like to tell people it is a system. It operates differently in a sense, in a number of ways, but one of them is it's not just me running it. I have a team of there's nine of us total. I call them real estate executives, and they are the leadership team. They run all our events, and they are members who have actually become investors. So these are people who are members. They know the system, but they have been verified. Like we already know that they're not out here faking.
I
So
that's
yeah,
that's
and
right.
they've been trained as well on how to teach people how to invest. And so we do a lot of things within our real estate club. If you want to learn more, just go to joinbts.com. If we're actually, I don't know when you're gonna run this, but I'll leave the sale up. I'm gonna do a sale on our annual membership. Just type for a discount, I think is 50% off of our annual membership. Just go Nicole2, put that code in, sign up, choose the annual option, put
Hmm.
Nicole2 in, and you'll get 50% off. That's our Black Friday sale. I can't believe Black Friday is next week. I'm not
That
so not
is
prepared.
so. I
Prepared
know
at all.
I'm not.
I didn't.
Time is going too fast for me, absolutely too fast. You actually started the part that I actually was going to end with, but I want you guys to know, because Nicole already knows it, in case you don't know. Um, this is our first time meeting,
In
okay, in
person.
person.
She's taking our classes, done
I
all
know,
types of stuff. We done
yup,
had coaching calls,
culture calls
yes,
and
all
Zooms and
that,
stuff like
yes.
that. And this has been years. This is, oh gosh, 2020 or
It
2021
was
or somewhere around
2021.
there.
I remember because how my house was set up, and I remember the way that when I was talking to you, we were in my house and I rearranged my house. So I remember that's how I remember.
Okay,
So it was like 2021.
so it was like 2021. So it's our first time meeting in person. But the thing about it is, just to let you know how far your reach is. I never even knew, like, I met you on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram, on YouTube. I actually came across, I was on YouTube, YouTube University, right? And I came across, I don't know what you was doing. I think you had this black hat on to the side
I
or
always got
something.
hats and stuff.
And I was like, well, who's this? And that's, oh, she's in Philadelphia. And then I start listening and listening. And then of course, you know how all the other episodes come up. So I start watching one episode after the next episode after the next episode. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she's in Philly. I need to see what's with this program. I joined your company, your Better Than Success, before I met anybody. So, and it's weird, the weird part is also is when Heidi used to be over there. Now, mind you, I
Heidi
know
followed me,
Heidi
just
and
by
all
the way.
that.
She followed me. She came and moved next to me.
So when Heidi was over there, right? When she moved over there, when she was over there, and I met Jabbar. And Jabbar was like, "Oh, you need to come next door." And I'm like, he kind of cocky. The way he was like, "Yeah, you know." He was a little cocky when I met him, and I was like, "I ain't going because he's too cocky." And he was like, "I got a whole investment group over there, you know."
But you
And
didn't even know he
not
was already a member.
didn't even realize that I didn't correlate the two. I didn't correlate the
That
two.
is
So one
hilarious.
day I show up, and then I walk in or whatever, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute, this is that guy is the same guy
That is hilarious.
who it's like nobody I don't know. I know everybody.
He
Like
knows
Jamar was like, I know
Jabbar knows
everybody,
everybody.
right? And Jamar was like, I know everybody. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I actually saw you. I mean, everything from I watched everything. I watched all your episodes back when you was in your apartment, your condo, like all of that stuff. And that right there, when you decided to be a GC, and that is how I met Nicole Purvy before actually I joined Better Than Success right then from there. And believe it or not, I'm not sure if I still have it, but I had a little vision board. My vision board said join a company, like join one of those type of companies, and yours is the one that I chose. So I just
And
wanted
now
to
all
tell
our
you
members
that,
is your clients.
you know, not all of them yet.
For improvement.
But then that's also where I started my first Zoom, and I did my first Zoom with you guys. You know, so I'm like part of the membership, and I did my Zoom and stuff like that. Remember, because I was at the time still working in my house, and I had my whiteboard, and I'm writing things on my whiteboard. So this is years later, full circle of better than success. I remember sending videos saying pictures of me on Instagram with my gear, my better than success gear on, and my sweatshirts and my hats, and I got the gear and everything, y'all. My real estate joint sweatshirts, you know,
You
in
gotta
the
do that.
wintertime. So I had all of that stuff. I was talking about being proud. Like, yeah, I'm a part of this membership. I was talking about being super proud. So I just wanted to let you know that you guys were the start for me to do from the Zoom trainings, memberships, all of that was the start. I haven't joined another one since. Thank you.
My makeup wasn't so flawless today.
No,
Thank you.
but thank you, and I've definitely I work with, of course, a lot of the members now, a lot of members then, and pretty much I've watched each different members, like each of us kind of like grow
Grow,
and grow and
grow, and
grow, like I
grow.
knew Camille in 2020, like grow and grow. And Camille, no, because she was coming to my house doing permits, okay? And I've been here for almost 3 years, so I
I'm
remember
so
them
proud of you.
days.
I mean, obviously, this is my first time down here. I
Yeah,
mean, I've been seeing
I talked
everything.
about subscriptions over a year
I know.
ago, and
I
all
know.
kinds
I
of
did a
stuff.
subscription class, and you took the
Mhm.
class and was like, "Yo, I need to figure this out." So we've been like trying to
Yep.
brainstorm on trying to figure that out.
Yep.
But I'm so proud of you. So I've
No,
obviously
thank
seen this
you.
space online. Just this room, I didn't know that room.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just this is amazing.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud of you. I
Thank
am. You
you.
have no idea.
Thank
Ain't nothing about a
you.
determined woman. I mean,
Ain't no.
right. You cannot say nothing about a determined woman.
When we set our minds, especially the right type of woman with it, I saw it. It's like it's weird. When I got the space, I said I'll take it if I can have this too. And I said it was none of this was here. It was white walls. I said this is going to be my podcast space. I'm going to bring out. I'm going to talk about the real behind the permits.
This
I'm
is
going,
and that's another thing I
you
was gonna
know.
say. This is such a great idea for a show. We didn't even talk about some of the stuff you wanted to talk about, which is
No,
like
we
my
didn't.
problems with my permits, and
You don't have no problems with permits
I
right
didn't.
now.
I did. I got a stop work order one time. I just honestly, as many permits that I've had, and when you were like, let's talk about the story, and I was just thinking to myself, I don't really have too much story,
Mm,
but the reason I don't have a lot of stories with problems with permits is because I always cuddled up to L&I and my inspector, and just been really, really respectful. And
yeah,
when they say do something, do it.
do it. Yeah,
Do it and
absolutely,
take what they're saying seriously. Take their
absolutely.
time very seriously.
Yeah,
All the things.
absolutely.
Go if you can, if you need to, like when COVID happened and I couldn't really, we was moving around, go to the local office.
Hmm.
Get to know
In
who the
that
boss
area.
is in the area where you like. It's important if you're going to be picking a specific zip code, know who the boss is.
Hmm.
Go,
Absolutely.
they have certain hours. Go really early in the morning.
Yeah, they start at 8,
They get in
but
there
they get
like,
in like
yes.
7 o'clock. But they yeah.
So, I haven't had too many real problems just because I was very involved.
But you was aware. A lot of people not even aware
I know.
because a lot of them, when they show the projects online, they skip over all this stuff
Uh-huh.
and they show you the ugly house and here's the project finished. Here's the ugly house and here's the project finished. So the parts that what
Because you know
makes
why
sense
they
to
don't
me is
share it?
boring.
Because you know
Or
why they don't share
you
it? Because a
know,
lot of them not even pulling permits. How about that?
yeah,
A lot of people aren't even pulling permits and they
true.
fumbled their way through the permit process, so they don't
Mhm.
want to show that part.
But you set your client up for you set your
Yeah,
mentee or
yeah.
you set whatever you set them up for failure because here it is they think they can do it. Like you can pull the easy permit on the duplex. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Like you telling me no, yes you can. I said
Bye.
the owner can pull a permit. They don't need an engineer report. I said yes, they don't need it, but they have to physically live in the
And show their
property
address.
and show that. Period. Stop playing. Don't. When it comes to my job, I'm always like I do the same thing every day.
You know what? That is a thing about that is a function of being a woman
Hmm.
sometimes where this is like the biggest frustrating thing. I always tell people, I know what I know. Don't question me on the stuff that why are you
Hmm.
questioning me? Why do I have to prove to you something that I know that I've been doing day
But
in, day out for years and years and years?
right, right,
How are we
right,
here? You know
right.
what? You got it.
You
But
got
there are
it.
things that I don't know, and I'm gonna
That's
be like, I
true.
don't know.
That's
There's
true.
three things that I know, and you cannot have this conversation with me. Why
Right.
would somebody be having a conversation with the permit plug about permits?
Um, they try.
And so you know what
They
you just
try.
I will give you a suggestion on a speech to do.
Hmm.
I say, listen, there are two or three things that I know, and you cannot debate me about. One of
Right.
them is permits.
One of them is
Don't
permit.
do it. This is what I do. You don't know as
Hmm.
much as me.
Uh huh.
You want to debate me about anything else?
Hmm.
We can have at it.
We can have it. I stay in my lane, but you're right. We can have at it. But 100% out of 100 times,
When I say
trust
this is
me,
what it is, this is what it is.
is what it is. But not only that, I can make a phone call to get the answer. Matter of
Right.
fact, forget the phone call. I can I
Right.
could be like, and put my phone down. Hey Pete, here you go. Check your email. Stop playing with me. My relationships go deep.
But that's how it is with being a woman sometimes. Sometimes I'll meet, like, let's say in LA.
Mhm.
I remember one time I met this guy and he was working on a duplex in Northern California and he wanted to debate me about something about construction management. And I'm like, bro, I've done more projects with my left pinky than you. And why are we debating this? Why? Because I'm a woman and you're a guy?
Yeah. Mhm.
No, you don't know more than me.
Yeah.
This is what I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needless
Yeah.
to say, he's long gone.
Yeah. Yeah. No. People they do tend to do that. Mine's is this other expediter or this other listen, I'm not sure I'm a trademark company. Let's not get it. I'm trademark. I'm not your little I don't do this on the side. I'm not here trying to prove it to you. I don't take all business. That's I'm okay. I'm not in the business trying to prove myself to you. Either you want to work with us or you don't. It's just that simple. And I'm not even
If
mad
you
at
don't.
you. I'm not mad at you because God will make a way. Say that God will make a way He's gonna make a way for me. So I'm cool. No matter how we slice it, I'm cool. Did I think I would ever be traveling to do permits in freaking Atlanta, New York, and Jersey, and Charlotte, and Texas? No. Because in my brain, I was going to do it myself. And then in my brain, realized, wait a minute, why are you doing that when you could just do this? Now I got relationships in all those other cities. I ain't got to do nothing but pick up a phone call. Yeah, I have somebody coming to you on, hey, what area you in? Okay. Now I got people asking me for freaking Chicago, Connecticut, and other places. Now I'm going to run up in there because I know what to do because I've already started it. So my reputation is preceding me. So I love sharing wealth and having that team means everything to me because it's just easy to be in the space when people's happy, when people know you sharing and you're generally without any interior motives. It's like, this feels good. And they appreciate being in your space. I love that stuff. When you start traveling, which you already know, but once you start traveling and we get out of Philly, child, please, it's a whole nother different animal. I was telling Jasmine that. I was like, Jazz, once you start traveling, you look at stuff different, honey, because the people receive you different. So you look at stuff different, and then now you feel like you think the sky's the limit now. You ain't gonna not gonna have no restraints because you know what we know here in Philly. It's just something about that Philly mind
I was
that's just not there.
It ain't.
When in these other
It's
cities,
not. It's not.
we could be like,
It's
what?
not.
You gonna do this? Boop, 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 boop.
It's not. I was as a
Not.
person that's lived outside of Philly multiple times in this recent time. I was out of the city for 3 years, and Philly, the mindset is just not. We
We're
we
a
live
whole
we're a whole
nother.
different, especially what we have here in real estate.
Hmm.
Especially what we have here in real estate in Philly, in the black community. This ain't nowhere else.
This ain't no, it ain't nowhere else. But I'm saying, and that little crab in a barrel mindset and all that kind of stuff like that. But when I leave out of Philly, girl, I'll be on the high. Like we about to really do something because everybody's so open to learning this and that and this and that. So once I started traveling, I just kept going. All right, I'm wrapping it up. We just
I saw
talking.
you the one that keep going. I'm trying to wind it down and lay it up for her.
All right. I'm
I'm
gonna
trying to
try.
wind it down for her. Be like, you know what? That's good, Nicole. I appreciate that.
Good, Nicole. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can show Nicole, please. End the show.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sure you guys had a great time. If you want to learn more about the Permit Plug, go to thepermitplug.com.
.com.
There you go. And if you need your permit expedited, hit Paulette up. If you are interested in coming to the Women in Real Estate Summit, don't forget, go to wiresummitdiscount.com to get your discount code. And after you get the code, it'll take you right to the website. Use the code. If you want to learn about Better Than Success, go join BTS.com. You can follow me at Nicole Purvy on Instagram. Our YouTube channel is at Better Than Success.
Mhm.
Paulette is the Permit
Plug.
The Permit Plug.
Or Philly Permit Expediters.
And yes, and make sure you hit the subscribe button on this channel.
Oh, that part.
Bye.
Bye.